was Love, Wedding, Repeat from 2020, so if you haven't watched it, watch it now. Your new movie of the week is I talk about a movie here, and then at the end of every video, I will say the movie for next week, so make sure you follow along. In 2025, we're doing different types of romance movies, so this is one of them. So this is my third time watching the movie, and I feel like every time I've had different feelings about it. It's hard to explain, and I also feel like people, when I was like looking at Letterboxd reviews, like people were very, very rude, and you don't need to be rude, and it's also like not that bad, so I don't know what people are saying. I felt like my first time watching it, I was like not really into it. I didn't really get it, and then when it started having like showing the different possibilities, that's when I like got into it. I think that is like when it kind of made me get into it, but I always felt like the first part or the first half, whatever you want to call it, wasn't as interesting. But this time I felt like the first part was like the most interesting and was more interesting than the second half. And it's kind of interesting that it switched, and I don't know if it's because I'm like, okay, I'm doing it for movie a week, like let me pay more attention, and so I'm finally just like giving it more attention maybe at the beginning. Like I don't know where the flip happened, but again, I don't think this movie deserves all the criticism it has, because it's actually like a good movie. Like, yes, I feel like it could have been written better and there's things they could have done differently, but it's not like necessarily bad. And I feel like it is like a fun movie, and it's like a fun movie about weddings too. It's hard to get those. I feel like people always love like movies about weddings, or there's something about weddings, and those always have to do with like some romance or rom-coms. And it's hard to be unique in that way, and I feel like this is something that's so different than like most movies I see about weddings, and there's something just so fun about it as well. And it's about like this table and anything could happen. I thought it was maybe at first, like last year I did, you know, different repeating days, and so I worried that it was going to kind of be like that, like another like Groundhog Day or a time loop. But it's not that, because they're not in a time loop. It's just like showing us different possibilities. And it's so true, like anything can happen, all these different possibilities. And it's so interesting that they took this like table with like all these people with different things, and this guy is trying to get a girl and all this other stuff. So I don't know if people would consider this a rom-com, because it is more of like a comedy, but there is this idea of romance, and romance is the middle part of it, not the middle part of it, but like has a part in it. And so I did want to do it for movie of the week, because I just felt like there's something intriguing and interesting about this movie that, like, yes, it's not perfect, yes, it's not the greatest thing ever, but it's like something different than most movies, which I don't know, like, why does it feel that way? I don't know. I mean, it had a really great cast, and a part of me wants more movies like this. I feel like I see this every week when I'm doing all these romance movies, is I feel like there needs to be more movies like this. Like, that's how I feel. And I think it's really great that, like, yes, this is my third time watching it, and I feel like my second time I watched it was also kind of recent, like maybe it was last year. But despite all that, like, I'm still learning different things, and I'm still picking up on different things, and I'm sure if I ever watch it again, which I probably will because I'm only 24 years old and I like this movie, that I'll pick up on something else. And I think that just happened. I mean, the bride, she was in that, what is it, One Day? So I feel like with One Day, I was like, she's in this movie or something. Like, I knew. So I don't know what much else necessarily critique, but I'm shutting down all the haters. And if you do not like this movie, comment below. And I feel like there's just something about this movie that's like unique, and that's what's intriguing me, because I feel like movies are not unique in a way. I don't know why it's unique, and I don't know, I feel like the format of how it is, like, again, maybe it could have been written better, maybe things could be different, but it's interesting that it didn't take the stereotypical like path and like show us all these like different possibilities. It kind of kept those possibilities not shown as much, which is maybe what it hurt the film. But I think it's interesting the way the film went. So I don't have much else to say, so I'm gonna kind of end it here. So, you know, comment below your thoughts. And then the movie for next week is I Feel Pretty from 2018. So comment below your thoughts about Love, Wedding, Repeat, and then watch I Feel Pretty for next week. Thank you guys for watching. Like, subscribe, and bye.